Morning all, it's time for another Truth Nugget. Today I want to explore the concepts of morals versus ethics. A lot of people think that they're the same thing, or they're in a swirly mixing mess of right and wrong. And to an extent that's correct, but there are actually some very important differences. So, for example, morals, they're generally imposed by society. They generally have a penalty that goes with them. So if you speed, society views that as immoral, and therefore there'll be a penalty for it. If you litter, society says it's immoral, and therefore you'll get a penalty for it. Ethics is very different. It's very individual and it's very circumstantial. So for example, stealing may be ethical in certain situations. Speeding may be ethical in certain situations. And all sorts of situations. Fighting may be ethical in certain situations. The way to deem something as ethical is if it is the very best thing that you can be doing for yourself, for your long-term survival, and for those around you, for their long-term survival. So you can imagine if you were homeless and surrounded by homeless people, and you needed to eat today and tomorrow and the next day, and stealing was your only option. It's ethical to steal. And in your mind, you can rationalize and explain that and be completely justified. And even people around you will understand that. Whereas for me, if I go out and steal, it's not in alignment with my ethics. It's not in my best long-term interests. I have a business, I have children, I have staff. And so for me to end up with a black mark against my name is not an ethical act. So bear in mind, if something has a penalty associated to it, it's probably a moral issue. It's something society deems as you must do this. But ethics is very individual, and it's very important if you're trying to understand whether or not someone's acting ethically or not, to really understand their full set of circumstances. Okay, I hope that was useful to you. Have a great week. See you soon.